Hello, welcome to Spirit Talk. My name's Jean Ramasiati. We're going to talk about relationships and how to manifest your soulmate. And you may not think that's a spiritual subject, but we have our guest Patricia Fuqua, who says it's a very spiritual phenomenon. Welcome, Patricia.
Thank you so much, Jean. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. Well, I know you have a book that you've written, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But first of all, how did you get to be a soulmate coach?
Well, that's a very interesting question. Once upon a time, I was a high school teacher, and I noticed that students, when they were having troubles with their significant others, were not present for the lesson. And I thought, oh, gee, there should be some way that I can help with a skill set so that they can learn to just be present when they need to be present instead of in that argument or whatever. And when my daughters became daters and got into the dating situation, they would come home with these tales of woe. Oh my God. So that really started to make me think, oh, okay, I really am going to have to do something about this. So I became certified as a life coach, and I started to do readings at expos, and I heard hundreds and hundreds of singles talk about their love stories and their lack of skills.
I was going to say their lack of love stories,
and their
right?
lack of skills to have the kind of love story they would prefer. And I started to devise a formula for manifesting the soulmate. And I perfected it over the last 5 years with the help of this plethora of people. And I've started to be able to coach people to get the kind of relationship they want with successes that warm the heart.
Oh my gosh. Well, who were your mentors along this journey?
I read many, many relationship experts, people like Barbara DeAngelis and Alison Armstrong, and just so many. In the book, there's a whole list of people that I studied and looked at as I gathered together the best possible ways to manifest the soulmate. In addition, as a spiritual advisor, it's very important for people to be very clear in their thinking. And so I added that to the mix as well.
Right. Oh, gosh. So what is the greatest success in coaching someone to meet their soulmate? What is your greatest success?
Well, my greatest success is a woman that I met in Fresno, California. And she sat down at my table and she was very serious when she said, Patricia, there are no good men. I have been alone for 16 years and I really am tired of it. And so that was the key. She believed that there were no good men.
I see. I got it.
So in the process of finding out that, we had to shift that belief to one that would allow her to recognize a good man, because good men are everywhere. I meet them all the time, and I'm not even looking.
Ooh, that's good. So was that a success once you worked with her?
Oh,
Was
for
she
sure,
successful?
because before she left, we'd shifted her belief to there's at least one good man and it's my job to find him.
Okay.
And then it became about what kind of action plan could she follow. And so we designed an action plan. And I came back through her town 6 months later, and she ran up to me and she said, I found him. I said, go girl. And it was very exciting. But she said, you know, I think he's too good to be true.
Oh, no, another.
Yeah, so now we're back down to another belief that we have to shift. So that session, that's what we did. And she said, and my girlfriends think he's too good to be true, too. And I said, oh, well,
you got to work with
girlfriend.
those girlfriends.
So we worked through that as well. And so basically, when I came back through the next time, she came up to me and she was flashing her ring, right? This big platinum thing. And it was like, I said, oh, it looks like something happened when I was away. And she said, yeah, we got engaged and we got married. And, you know, so we overcame all of those obstacles because they were just challenges to take a look at and see how she could work with them.
Well, are those challenges similar, or is there one challenge that's the hardest to work with people and get them over? What obstacle is
Well,
the worst?
everybody has their own.
Oh.
You know, it's kind of a unique kind of
Okay.
situation, but the manifestation formula is the same with everybody. We personalize it for each individual. And what I do in the book is I take them through each one of the stages of manifestation so that they can have the overview. And there are exercises so they can work them out for themselves if they are not going to call me. And by the end of it, they have shifted their belief, just as my Fresno lady did. And they should be in position now to use the strategies to meet the soulmate faster than they would have without the book or the formula.
Well, you're pretty successful yourself, right? You've been married to the same man for many years, right?
Yes, I met my soulmate. I love telling this story. I'm glad you asked, because when I was a co-ed, I went to a frat party, which I didn't really want to go to. My roommate insisted that I go, because she said, "Oh my God, Patricia, you live such a boring life. All you do is work, study. You have got to go to this party." And I said, "Well, all right, if you'll stop talking." I went to the party. It was wall-to-wall, man. I loved it. So I started to work the room because I'm a very social person once I'm out.
Once you get out.
And I started talking to all the guys. They were very interesting and very nice. I was talking to a man who was dressed like Che Guevara, who was the revolutionary of those days, and, you know, fatigues and boots and all. And I was thinking to myself, why doesn't he just wear regular pants? But at any rate, you know, that was his thing. And all of a sudden, the energy in the room started to dance a bit, almost as if someone was, you know, like you're at a stoplight and somebody's looking at you and you just turn to see who it is. Well, that's what I did. And I saw this wonderful man just step into the room, and I said, "That's him. That's my husband to be." But, you know, you got to be cool. So I was cool. I kept talking to Che Guevara, and eventually he asked me to dance. And we've been dancing ever since.
Oh, I love it. So you're passing on a lot of that to you, because like, you picked up those vibes with that, whatever it was when he moved in the room. A lot of people wouldn't even feel that. So you must be very sensitive. Right?
I am very sensitive, and that's what I urge ladies and people to do, is to pay attention to those sensations.
That's why you're trying to pass this on in this wonderful book called Manifesting Your Soulmate. And we have a slide that shows the cover of your book, which will be available after December 1st.